thing at the same time I'm doing this. I'll try not to be distracted. I'm just letting it run. We'll see what happens. But today I'm going to finish up page 41 or 40, and then we'll go to page 39. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Let's just jump right in. So first of all, I'm going to figure out what layer this mark is on and try and get that off of there. Looks like this one. Ha. Good. Alright. So we're going to go back to, let's go ahead and add a new layer. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Oh no, I'm out of layers. Alright, let's merge down. Okay. I am good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm doing well today. I am just enjoying drawing. This is page 40 of my graphic novel. It's going pretty well. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day as well. If you have any questions about the comic or anything I'm doing, just feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. Sometimes I don't know. Started writing a book. That's cool. Thanks for the compliment. I would try and work hard at this to get better. What kind of book are you writing? Is it a comic or a novel? What genre? Sci-fi, Western, drama? It's always a exciting and long, arduous journey to write a book, so best of luck to you. It's really rewarding and really tiring. I've been working on this one for I think a couple years. I forget when I wrote the script. I think it was a couple years ago. And then I kept trying to find an artist, and I realized, you know what, I can do this. So I started to draw it myself. This is the first book I've ever drawn. I wouldn't consider myself like an amazing artist, but just need to be able to do my own style and just work at it. But yeah, I'd be curious to know what book you're writing. What kind of book? So this is a graphic novel. This will end up being probably around 50 pages when I'm all done. But I have a couple other comic books and a novel that I've written as well that are already out. This is the first one I'm ever drawing, so a little bit scary. Kind of like that. Let that be. Oh, that's not page 39, it's page 40. Alright. Let's see how this one turned out. Is it similar? Palette should make it feel similar. Yes. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I get a little worried that I'm getting too away from what I was originally going for. Ah, that's cool. Yeah. No, thanks for asking. The graphic novel is called Man and Bot. It's about a man and a robot. The man is traveling from New York to California, coast to coast, just looking for another person at the end of the world. And the robot was built by his father to protect him. And throughout the journey, the robot warns him of danger. And it's basically just this comedic kind of back and forth of deadpan robot and full of life guy. But the journey eventually gets to this guy, and he starts to realize towards the end of the journey, like this panel is showing actually really well, he gets to the coast, to the beach, and realizes, oh man, I've gone all this way and I still haven't found anybody. I'm done. Like, I don't know what else to do. So he tells the robot to shut down, and as soon as he does, like in this page, as soon as he tells the robot to shut down, he goes where the robot was warning him, and there's the first person he finds. So it turns out that the robot was warning him about people the entire journey, and that they were the danger to him. And so it's kind of just a story about how a lot of times we reach out through technology to connect with people, and that's sometimes a detriment to ourselves and to what we're trying to do. So yeah, but it's supposed to be a silly story with serious implications. So that's the idea. But yeah, I actually wrote it before all this COVID stuff happens, which is funny because now it's even more important. Sometimes I mess this up, so what I'm gonna do, we'll pull up our drawing guide. I like the pink one, and that way we can keep our lines straight. I don't want drawing assist on. It's not. Okay. No, go back over there. Alright, so now when we use our drawing guide, I'll have a much better idea where parallel straight lines should be. But that's a cool idea. I think when we analyze, use our writing and our storytelling to analyze kind of what we're experiencing in life. Not only does it give it an outlet to kind of work through some of the things we might be going through, but it also can help other people relate to things that are in a similar situation, or it's just so nice to be able to express yourself through something besides, just talking. Art is fun, and I just started using Procreate not that long ago, but with this, I knew I had to take some online courses, and that helped quite a bit for me to kind of get a handle on what exactly I could and couldn't do in the program. Yeah, I've been drawing my whole life. I fill sketchbooks all the time, but I never had the confidence to really draw on my own. I thought, oh, this won't look professional enough or whatever. And so my first 2 comics, I actually paid an artist, and she's awesome. I still work with her. She's doing chapter 3 of my other series. But, sometimes you gotta try something and go out on your own and give it a whirl and see what happens. So that's what I'm doing now. I think I thought that was a little messy. I also meet with an artist's mentor of mine every other week, and he gives me a lot of good advice on how to approach this stuff and make it kind of narrow down my area of what I could mess up on. So that is why I'm on page 39, but I've only done 10-15 pages, because one of his suggestions was start at the back or the front and then the back and go back and forth to keep that consistency throughout the drawing process. And that's super smart, but wouldn't expect any less from him. He's very talented and knows what he's talking about. He's been teaching at the college level art classes for a long time. Yeah, technology. I mean, I'm streaming right now. I'm talking to you and anyone else who might watch later, and it's just crazy how that has become the norm. I do love nature though, and this comic has kind of allowed me to do some of that, like explore some of that drawing and different things. So one cool thing I'm doing to emphasize the difference of technology and real life is man and bot in the comic are always drawn with like a very strict digital brush, whereas the rest of the scenery and other things in the comic are always drawn with like a more messy brush and traditional techniques. And so that contrasts. So then at the end, when man tells bot to shut down, they turn into that other brush style to kind of visually emphasize what's happening. Studied for 6 years. Wow, that's impressive. I just did high school drawing, and then I got really into storytelling, which is why I started script writing for comics. And I really enjoyed that, but never trained at a higher level in art, which is probably why my confidence was pretty low starting out. But once you like understand the structure of story, I don't know, I have a little bit more confidence now. But it's actually my full-time job is teaching storytelling and just understanding story and the inner workings and teaching other people how to tell their stories and stuff like that. So something I really, really enjoy and have studied a lot, probably, I don't know, over the course of 12 years, something like that. Okay. Yeah, so I started streaming just to do it, because I was already drawing anyway. Why don't I just stream too? And so every Sunday, I only do one day a week. I only do an hour, 2 to 3, and I draw more than that, but that's all I draw on stream. And I've found that it just keeps me in a habit. I have fun doing it. So if you ever want to catch the stream again, every Sunday around 2, I'm on. A lot of times it's just kind of chill like this. I just listen to some music and draw, and might talk about what I'm doing on screen, but I don't get too crazy into it. Normally I draw feet with more care, but I always thought feet are kind of ugly. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. The other thing with the concept I really like, and you actually see this, I'll go back to it, in the throughout the comic, he falls asleep and he'll have, man, I gotta change the song. Oh, it's done. That's why it was so crazy. He has these memories of his father, and actually the first one is of his father building it, and I always do them in black and white in that traditional. This is actually watercolored, and then I put traditional types of brushes over top of the digital side. There we go. But the whole idea is like he keeps flashing back to his dad, and he attaches his dad to the robot. So in some ways he can't let go. So it's also a story about him like becoming a man and like letting go of his dad. And actually at the very, very end, one of the things he does is when he tells the bot to shut down, he reaches inside and pulls out a picture of his father and him that he has kept in there, just to kind of represent him letting go of this past life and what what he had to leave behind when everything kind of went crazy. It's not a perfect foot, and like I said, I don't really care. One thing that's really, really tough for a lot of people to do is to do good, not perfect art, and to just keep going, because you can just not release something because you just say, oh, it's not good enough, oh, it's not good enough, and that can become a trap, a mental barrier of just, this isn't ready, or this doesn't compare to whoever you want to compare yourself to. And the thing I try to do is think about, just notice something. Color. Oh, no, the color is right. Is to not compare myself too much, and done is not the number one goal. I want it to, of course, be moving, be good, but I also just want to finish the thing so I can move on to the next story I have. I have a folder full of stories, and I'm never going to get to them if I just keep perfecting the thing I'm working on. So I kind of do a done. Done good enough, not amazing, and just go for that. Yeah, feet are imperfect. Even these not matching is pretty normal, you know. You're like, well, sometimes feet don't look like you think they should for each side. In his bare feet. Well, if you're at all interested in my other stuff, I have some like epic sci-fi like war, a couple chapters of that. I think they're like 28 pages and 25 or 26. I've wrote them, like one of them I wrote over like a decade ago, but those are at matchstickcomics.com, all one word, just like my channel name. And there you can find all my books. They're all available. I have 3 comic books and then a novel that kind of spurs off the main comic book series, Burdens of Draco. Alright, let's add that text. Nah, let's not do that yet. Kind of liking how the lining is going for the main character, so keep on that. another thing I'm doing, so with each state he goes through, there's a bit of a different color palette, not always, but because the journey's so long, because they're basically walking, sometimes he rides on Bot's head, but it changes seasons, and so I did different color palettes for certain states, which is why that California one had that bright, vivid, pinkish sky. But that's really fun because each chapter is a different state, and I don't say chapter whatever, they're walking past the welcome sign to the next state is how I introduce the chapter, just to kind of break it up. So if you're reading and you want to break or whatever, instead of looking for your usual stopping spot, you just look for the next state. Which clouded my judgment on artwork. Happy to say it. I'm glad you're getting back into it too. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you saying you love the work. That really means a lot. So I have to hold on. I have to pause before I get copyright striked. It just started playing some random other thing. So let me shrink this down so I can go to my other Twitch playlist, which is actually a YouTube playlist now. Yeah, I appreciate that. I work really hard on these, and I spend a lot of time, and you'd be surprised how many people don't care. They just don't. And I understand there's tons of stuff out there. The fact that anyone likes my stuff or chooses to read it is a huge honor. Like, just that anyone would choose my stuff and to pay for it when there's so many good stories out there and really, really well done things. But I've had some success selling things. Like my first chapter of my first book, my goal was to sell 500 in the first year, which is actually a lot because comic publishers, when they self-publish, which is what I do, I own my own comic business, you can really struggle because you're your own publisher, your own advertiser, marketer, whatever you want to call it. And so you can get really bogged down and just stuck trying to get people to get your stuff. But normally people, like a good sales for your first self-published comic would be like, whoa, it's acting a little weird, be 100 in the first year or overall in the life of the comic. And my goal was 500 because I don't know, I didn't know any better. And so I reached that goal and actually was able to sell 1,000 in that first year. So people like it. They just don't come and tell me on stream or whatever. So I really appreciate that. And I know those aren't huge numbers, but it's something. I really, really value when people are excited about something I'm working on and take time to hop in. So thank you. Okay, we have reached, I believe, yeah, we've reached our 3 o'clock mark. So next Sunday, I will probably do some work on this. I wanna do a few things to it, but next Sunday we'll jump back into this page. I'll work on some things. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I will call this one a day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for checking out the website if you get a chance. If not, that's all right. I appreciate you just showing up and chatting with me a little bit. All right. Have a good one.